working with style sheets and plugins. Going to start by adding some colors to our document assets. So we access that through our libraries tab here. So ensuring that's highlighted blue. And once that's open or selected, you get a few drop downs to select your elements. I've gone ahead and created a range of colors here already. Um, all you do if you want to create your own, you go ahead and you grab that box, grab a box, make a shape, and then you can go over to your fill over on the right-hand side and go and select your range of colors. So keeping in mind for our wireframing, we're using various shades of gray. So you can go ahead and build your tones this way. But when you're actually building your final web comps, you'll still want to do the same, but you'll go ahead and select the color palette that's appropriate for your client. So just to get ahead, I went and created these various shades of gray. So once you find all your shades, I'm just going to go and I can either hold shift and go ahead and select all of these. I like to work quick by click, hold, and drag it down. And then you can see these are now darkened, so they're active and we're able to use these now. If I go ahead while I'm selected those boxes and hit that plus sign, all of my colors immediately appear in there. You can rearrange them however you'd like by dragging and moving around. You can also double click to give them a name. So it's great because you can call this white. I would still, suggest leaving the actual color code in there because you might need that for reference later. Maybe this is called a background. Maybe this is called text. I'm just going to go ahead and delete those. So again, now I can just go ahead and add a box. Use my color palettes. I can go ahead and select those. I don't need to eyedrop from anywhere. I don't need to guess what the color is, re-input any numbers. I can just go ahead and select those over from our colors palette. And by default, there's always a border on it. So I would just go ahead and turn that off. Unless you specifically always want to have a border, it's best if that is off. So let's go ahead and add some styles. So same as the colors, I went ahead and created a few styles ahead of time. So we have a heading 1, heading 2, a button copy, and a body copy. So again, once we set that, that could be over onto your artboard as well. You might start developing your character styles once you start designing. But I do suggest don't let yourself get too far down into various typefaces and weights and styles, or you will end up with a lot of inconsistency. I would start with a few basic ones when you're doing your onboarding, starting with your heading, maybe some button copy size. Then when you get into your home page, you might have body copy size, etc. So we're just going to go ahead, same as we did. We're going to click and drag, and then we press the plus sign and everything is in there. Same as previous, we can go ahead and double click to size. We can save the point size. For the characters, I generally don't save anything. I just give them their name, headline 1, or we would call that H1, heading 2. I call this headline, heading 1, etc. And then you can go ahead and name those so they're all named appropriately and you have full access. At this time, components aren't necessary, so we don't need to worry about that. And same as videos, at this time, we don't need to worry about that. What I do want to discuss as well right now is the plugins as a refresher. When you go over to your bottom icon called plugins, you land here. So I already have a few downloaded. For those that do not, I do suggest the icon ones are probably the ones that, as you can see, those are the only 2 I have in here, the best ones to download. So if you go ahead and press that plus sign, you'll get your Creative Cloud menu up and you'll see plugins. You do want to, right now, it's already setting a filter for XD because I did access that obviously from the app. And then you can go ahead and search through and find any plugin that you might want to utilize. Again, I mentioned the icons one is one of the main ones that I use. So you can go ahead and utilize your search plugins, and you do have a few here. You do want to find the ones that say free versus the ones that are going to make you purchase. As you can see, most of these while scrolling are free. So once you press install, they immediately pop up here. I'm just going to go ahead and click one of those plugins, and then here you can type in any search field you want to bring that up. Once you or when you need them, you can just go ahead home. All I did was click and it's there. Some of you folks might want to include a search bar. So if I put search, there's a nice little eye lens. And again, you just click and it plugs in there. Profile. And there it is.